So what is us? Us is United Souls. It all started with a couple of promoters in this room, actually back in Sinson, discussing some of the issues that we have in our nightlife. So cross-pollinating ideas, constructive, positive energy has been passed around back and forth, and we realized that this is an opportunity to take back the night. And this is all about all of you getting together about this music. We all love this music. I think every one of you in this room is here for a reason, is because you love it. Let me get a round of applause if you love house music. Okay, so we all know you love the house music, but you know there is a big concern right now. Big concern. DJs aren't getting paid, clubs not getting paid, bar guarantees, all that good stuff. We all know the complicated conversations we need to have as producers and promoters of these parties. We all know as dancers of these parties that complications that come with it. Together and all provide a better solution for a better nightlife. And it affects everyone in this room. Because if you don't love the music and you don't support the music, there'll be no music.
Yes, come on.
Okay. We want to make this real straight and forward and to the point. So what we're going to do is going to introduce our moderators for the night. It's Barbara Tucker. Have you heard of her? Put your hands together. And Mr. Kevin Hedge. All right, now, Barbara Tucker, where are you at? All right, here she comes. So put it together again one more time for Barbara Tucker.
Yes. Kenny Carpenter, all the way from Italy. Welcome back to your hometown, New York. Studio 54. Come on now. Where's Kevin? Kevin, we only have one mic. This is where we say let brotherly love continue. That means we got to just lock arm in arm. You don't need a mic. So again, in late October, a couple of us started coming together, meeting since then. No eyes, just TEAM, just everybody coming together because we noticed there's changing in the nightlife, in the scene, and something's got to change. I don't know about y'all. How many are satisfied with the nightlife right now here in New York City? That's okay, because that's real. How many are satisfied with the New York scene? Okay, and there has to be a change because things have this from the door to the floor. It really needs to change. People are stopping to go out. Why are people not going out to the clubs as much as they were? Nothing hot to go see. That's interesting. Because I always used to say, if you're going to a club and if you're paying, not only do you want to hear a DJ, but you might want to see a show, you might want to see artists, you might want to see dancers, you might want to see something. And so then you have the clubs that might be just, I call them the $5 clubs. Anybody can get in. But then what are you offering the people? So to me, I think sometimes we have to raise a consciousness. And people say, well, what about the economy? Well, somebody's out there shopping. When I go on the avenue, I see people shopping. So maybe they want, I'm sorry. I hear you. So in other words, they're choosing where they would put their money to. And the bar sales are up, but we know living in New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, the tri-state area, we know rent goes up. If you're living in a home or an apartment, we know that moves up. So this is a building, and it's eventually going to go up for the owner, whoever owns it. And if he moves on $3 water, how is he going to survive? You had all your friends, and they wanted to be on the guest list every week and not bringing anyone supporting. Do you think that you would survive in New York City? Do you think you would survive in Jersey? or Connecticut. So they have to do what they have to do, and either we're going to help support and we're going to get support from what we're doing, or it's going to trickle down into nothing. And then another club will be closed. And then when clubs are closed and DJs who produce cannot showcase their music, artists who sing cannot release their songs, and you can't even see someone, then the sales of music goes down. No, who's buying anything? Everybody's going to, again, continue to share online. Here's a CD, here's a tape. But money makes the world, and money will make the community go around. Does anybody understand what I'm saying? Okay. You hear, and I'm just talking here, we flow. This is how we do when we have our meetings. We just flow, and we're here to bring awareness, to open up the minds. And maybe somebody will say, well, stop saying why I got to pay to get in the club. If you did a party and that is the source of your income, not everybody's an architect, not everybody's a police officer. Some people are club promoters. This is what they do because they love the music. They love the scene. They got it in their blood. And I know some promoters who've been doing this for 20 years, 25 years, but they're still holding on to their dream and the faith of pushing the music in the scene. If you know a DJ who some people say, well, this DJ needs to be seen. Well, you can work with up-and-coming DJs when you put, I'm going to go here, a name brand DJ, because that's how you can move them both up together. But if the unknown DJ can play his or her behind off and nobody comes to see them or to support them, how do you get people to come out to support that person? There's nothing against their talent, but they have to be introduced to the community. I'm going to go here. When Mariah Carey did the track with ODB, she needed to get into the urban community. We understand that. And that's business, and that's politics and marketing, and there's nothing wrong with that because we all have to market something, because everybody in here with a last name, with a name, is a brand. You're selling something. What are you selling? You're selling your music. You're selling your spinning. You're selling your DJing. You're selling your image. Everything has to be marketed so one can bounce off the other. We understand that, and that can work. Now, I don't want to take up too much time here because we're going to be bouncing back and forth, and we want you to ask your questions. We want you to tell us your concerns. We're not saying we have the answers here, but I think as we start to come together and we meet, and we'd love to for y'all to join us on our group, us. As he said, it's not just you, me, them, it's us. It's all of us, united souls together, pushing for dance, and whether that be electro or house, we're pushing for this scene to be together, because you might remember Danceteria. They had different music on each floor. Sometimes you can bring those elements together. They understood that about bringing elements together, because sometimes you can't survive alone. Why should we go into a club and the stairs are rickety, and the club is a death trap because they have a couch up against the exit door? Why can't we have a nice club? Why, when it comes to house, we always have to have a raggedy club? Well, that's just my feeling. Why do other cultures have nice facilities to go? I'm saying, though, we want to just awaken the scene and let people understand what some of our concerns are, from the door to the bar. We understand about the door, $10 for water, but you got to support it, and we got to support, and we can't keep asking, can we be on the guest list? You get in the guest list with your 5 friends, and you're all sitting and nobody's supporting the bar. What are you there for? If you don't have the money, then maybe you should not go out and start looking for a job so that you can build up yourself. No, but you understand what I'm saying. That shouldn't be your priority. If you can't support a situation, that shouldn't be the priority. Look at you. I'm going to let Kevin speak now. We are videotaping this, so I hope you all don't mind. Come on, Kevin Hedge. Kevin Hedge is an icon. Kevin Hedge, I don't know how many of y'all know. Stop it. Kevin, he was a teenager on Motown record doing house music. How many of us was with an album on a major label doing house music? And give it up for Kevin Hedge.
Thank you. Give it up for Barbara Tucker. Well, first of all, just like Barbara said, we want to thank all of you for being interested in what's going on in New York City and New York nightlife.
I want to thank all of you for giving your time to be here so that we can show the world that we, New York City, still has the best nightlife in the entire universe. I really believe that. So I'm going to start off with the question is, I'm going to start off by posing this question: why are you here? Now, we don't have enough time to let everybody speak, but I want mostly for you guys to express why you're here, because the point is that there's promoters, there's club owners, there's DJs, there are club goers, there are bartenders, there are security people in the building, and this is an education. This is an education process. We're never too old to learn. So I'm going to start off by saying the reason why I'm here is because in my travels around the world, I get tired of hearing people in other countries and other cities saying, New York nightlife is dead. I truly don't believe that. I think that we lead the world, and I think that we are still far better than anybody else in this universe as far as partying. They want to be like us. We don't want to be like them. So if I can see a hand of somebody who wants to say why they're here, then I can turn the mic over to them. Okay, great. I need you to give your name, and then why you're here.
I'm Ramon Wells. I'm from New York. I own a record label called ... Records. I do house music, and I've been doing it for many, many years. The reason why I'm here is I've got to say, Cielo does it right. But one of the things that I have a problem with when I go clubbing is I don't like bottle service. They limit us to where we can sit, what we can do. I spend enough money when I go out that I don't need to worry about buying a bottle. I can spend that kind of money. But what bothers me is when they make me buy a bottle just to enjoy myself. I go to a club, I support it, I spend my money at it, and I love the DJs, and I support the DJs and the promoters. And if I'm on a guest list, I make sure that I spend the money just so that they can continue doing it. So I'm here to tell you that I'm here because I get tired of being forced into something just so that I can enjoy the music that I love.
That's great. Okay. Is there anybody who can answer that question why clubs in New York have bottle service? Is there anybody on the professional? Because, sometimes it's just not about greed. I know from actually having to be in a position of lucky enough to be the gatekeeper to a club, we never did bottle service, but it wasn't in style. It wasn't in vogue at that time. Sometimes the bottle service is put together so that they can control what they feel is the quality of the crowd that they have coming in. If it costs you $350, you may not act up. So that's what some of the clubs feel. That's just some of them. Okay. Your name, where you from, and why you're here?
My name is DJ Disciple. I've been spinning in New York for 26 years. I do underground parties in New York, next level party, but I also do bottle service parties such as Le Souk. I was the resident DJ at Pink Elephant, the resident DJ at Kane, resident DJ at many places. And to answer Ramon's questions, a lot of promoters have become influential through the years in helping to dominate the nightlife. Some of them have made their name and their staple based on what kind of promoter you bring in. The club can be guaranteed a certain amount of money, and that kind of validated itself a little bit more than the value of a DJ. Sometimes the DJs, today's DJ, the market is more predicated towards DJs that are overseas, the Swedish House Mafias, the David Guettas. Those are the DJs that the kids that's 18 to 23 to 25 want to hear. And so the promoters that can cater to that audience the best, speaks to that audience's language, can be able to make sure that and sell to the club owner what's detailed, and the club owner knows that they can make a certain amount of money on it. And you hear about clubs like Provocateur that do Mark Knight and international guests, and it leaves the American DJ, which it hasn't been the best of times in the last 3 or 4 years for the actual American producer. So I came here today to see what the status is, who is involved. It would be good to, see more younger talent in a variety of our scenes, younger DJs. I think the younger audience and younger talent and younger DJs do bring a spark. When I go around the world, I actually see that younger talent in the international scene, and that's what helps bring up the club scene in general in that area. So that's the reason why I'm here.
All right.